That's what you call standing on business right there. Oh, makes contact. Devastating shot. This dude is about to leave his feet. He is stunned. He is petrified. Ragdolled him. Flapjack, pancake, it's a wrap. This dude wears a neck roll, guys. So this guy is about business on the field. When was the last time you seen a guy wear a neck roll? Midwest corn-fed type of offensive lineman that just is about his business. Oh my gosh. This dude, he look like he got hit by a train. Getting crushed by a building is exactly what we're talking about right here. That is a pancake action, the best I've seen so far out of all these prospects. This guy is a ragdoller, a manhandler, a bully. More manhandling, more flapjack action, more short stacking. Let's check those. Boom. That man has left his feet. I don't know if you can see it because he's in white and they're in the snow. Dude's feet is in the air. He looks like, Uncle Phil throwing Jazzy Jeff out of the building right now.
Speaking Sumerian, the oldest language in human history. I can't explain it.
Yo, it's your boy, Big Mike Raider. And we're here for day 8 of the 30 Days, 30 Prospects Season 3, where today we're covering defensive tackle at University of Michigan, Kenneth Grant, the better option from the University of Michigan. Yeah, I said it. A lot of people are talking about Mason Graham, right? He's a 3 technique. We need a 1. We need a nose. We need a gap filler, 360 pounds. This guy is prototypical to play the 1 technique and the nose tackle position. That's the guy we need. How are we going to get him? Where are we going to get him? What does it take? We'll talk about it. We'll talk about some pros and cons. You guys already know how we do it. And then we're going to talk about draft placement, and then we're going to do a film breakdown. We're going to do the draft placement after the film breakdown, just so I can convince you guys that this is the better option than Mason Graham. I'll tell you that, and I promise that. But before we get into anything, man, you guys already know the deal. Like the thumb, hit the sub, and share with your folks. Big Mike Raider. Let's jump into this thing. Kenneth Grant, 6'3", 339 pounds. He went to about as high as 360 pounds. PFF has him listed at 339. I'm cool with that. His pros, exceptional quickness for a player of his size. Absolutely. You'll see the film. It pops. This dude ran a sub 540. That is amazing for somebody his size. You got to see it, man. This dude, I watched about a couple hours of this guy's film and some of his big plays that he made in the 2024 season. This guy is impressive. I'm sold. Let's go to some more pros. Quick to counter moves and adjust mid-rush. Yeah, he has more than one move, and that's impressive for a guy at the nose tackle position. It's not just bull rush with him. He does well with his hands, and he's strong as all hell. Active hands in passing lanes, leading to batted passes. That I'll tell you this. I promise you this. Batted passes is the name of the game for this dude. If he doesn't get after the quarterback, he's batting the ball down, right? If he can't get there, he's batting the ball down. His instincts are amazing to me. For him to be bull rushing and at the right time just put his hands up if he's not there. You've seen it on multiple occasions where this dude puts his hands up and disrupts a play. He was a definitely bread and butter guy for that Michigan defense for the last couple of years, not just this past season, but the national championship year in 2023. Let's go into some more stuff. Impressive overall athleticism for his frame. Like I told you, man, he ran a sub 540. This guy he's a junior and he's coming out. I promise you, if he was coming out his senior year, he would be a top 5 pick, probably a top 3 pick, the way his trajectory is rising right now, right? Execute stunts effectively when looping inside. Yeah, he's quick. Laterally, he's really quick. He man, at 360, this guy goes in and out, goes everywhere he needs to go to make the play. Even with in run defense, he's amongst the best. And we'll get into some PFF scores just shortly right now after we talk about some of the cons. But this guy goes down the line and he makes a play, and that's impressive for somebody at his size at 360 pounds, moving laterally and not having any kind of problem doing so. So with that, we talked about the pros from PFF. Shout out to PFF once again. let's talk about some of the cons, right? He plays too high at times, losing leverage. Somebody that big, he's going to play high sometimes, right? And you worry about motor with somebody that big. But when it's time for brass tacks, it's time to eat. He brings a fork. I promise that, in more ways than one. He's a big boy. He can eat. I'm sure about that. And when the big play, it dictates for him to be that dog on the field. He brings it. I promise that. You'll see what I'm talking about. Hand usage can be erratic and lack purpose. Yeah, he's a little erratic with the hands. But it's almost like I can take that kind of energy when you're being a little bit erratic, a little bit wild with the hands, because for one, that could be coached, and two, you see the effort. You see that he's using his hands. He's doing all kinds of efforts to try to get to that quarterback. Bull rush, doing a lot of swim moves, and you'll see what I'm talking about, guys. I can live with being a little bit erratic with the hands and lacking purpose. You just need some good coaching to kind of focus that in and focus and bring some purpose to each move that you're going to do for each play. Another one, first step isn't always upfield, limiting his ability to immediately attack blockers. That takes some coaching, guys. I think that coaching and making sure that he takes that first step forward, and kind of breaking some bad habits, I think he'll be great. But what do you guys think about his pros and cons? Kenneth Grant. A lot of people aren't talking about this guy. A lot of people are talking about Mason Graham, picking him at number 6. I think that might not necessarily be the best fit. That's why Mason Graham isn't in my 30 days, 30 prospects, but I got his buddy right next to him. One technique, a guy that would fit perfectly for the Raiders. And let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you think. We're going to get into some more stuff, man. We're going to get into some of his PFF grades, some of his stats right here. And look at some of his stats, right? In 2023, he had 5 sacks, 15 hurries, 3 balls batted, and 3 hits, 80.4 PFF grade. Pretty impressive. In 2024, he pretty much mirrored that same effort, right? He had 3 sacks, so downtick a little bit, 1 hit, 23 hurries, so more hurries. He just couldn't finish the play, right? And 5 balls batted. This dude's pause if necessary. Shout out to you guys with that one. But he's a batted ball machine. Like, this dude gets after the quarterback, and if he can't get there, like I said, he's putting his hands up and finishing the play. And it's just a big disruptor, right? In 2024, he had an 83.7 PFF overall grade. His pass rushing grade was 75.3. Actually amongst the top tier in the nation as far as that nose tackle position. The run defense grade is where he butters his bread, 87.5, amongst the tops in the nation. True pass set, pass rush grade, 77.3, not bad at all. Pass rush win rate, 9.4%. It's on the upper end. It's pretty good, especially for a guy at the nose tackle position. Run stop rate, 7.9% on the upper end. Not too bad as well, right? And some of his best games, is according to PFF, were against elite competition. He had his best game, 89.9 PFF grade against Ohio State. He had a 76.5 PFF grade against Minnesota, 75.5 PFF grade against Washington, and a 76.1 PFF grade against Illinois. So, hey, against the top competition, he definitely brought it. He definitely brought his A game. And then also against Indiana, who was also another college football playoff team this past year, a 75.6 PFF grade. So he brought it when it's time to. Oh, let me not forget, 71.4 PFF grade against Oregon as well, another college football playoff team. So even more of a point that this guy brings his best game when it comes to facing that elite competition in the Big Ten. And he's faced elite competition week after week after week after week. When you're playing in the Big Ten, you're going to see the best of the best. So what do you guys think about his stats?
What do you guys think about pros and cons? I need to hear it, man. I need to hear it. Now a lot of people have been talking about Mason Graham. Not enough people. I'm not saying nobody's not talking about it, but not enough people is talking about Kenneth Grant. So where are we going to get him in the draft if we do get him in the draft, right? Let's check it out. Shout out to NFLDraftBuzz.com. You guys already know how I feel about NFLDraftBuzz.com. They have a centralized list of where all the experts say they think a specific player is going to be drafted, right? 247 Sports has him as high as number 8. So a lot of people are pretty high on this guy, right? DraftNet has him at 13. PFF has him at 17. SI has him going at number 18. Draft Buzz at 21. ESPN has him at 25. So does Todd McShay at number 25. 26 CBS. And then NFL.com has him in the second round at 35. And PFN, Pro Football Network, has him at 45. If I had to guess, he's going to be picked in the mid first rounds. I think that it would be an absolute steal whoever picks him up. He's a junior coming out. If he had played his senior year and kept the same trajectory, he would be a top 5 pick in next year's draft, in my opinion. And, a second round grade on him, I think that's a little – I mean, some people would argue that maybe his motor is a little bit off, but, he's 360 pounds, right? And for somebody with his athleticism and what he can bring to the table defensively, I don't think that he's going to fall to the second, guys. I'm not going to lie to you. And you guys hear all this, right? And you're like, hey, Mike, we picked number 6. What are you talking about? Well, I'll tell you this. The name of the game, you've been saying this all series, right? The name of the game is let's move back. Where do we move back to get this guy, right? Now, I did say at number 10 to 12 when we want to get an additional draft capital is kind of the sweet spot. I think necessarily for Kenneth Grant, you want to move back a little bit further. And I got a mock draft, what I did to show you what I did to move back a little bit further to gain additional draft capital and being able to land Kenneth Grant if that's our guy, right? But before we get into that, man, you already know we're going to do a film breakdown to hopefully solidify what I'm talking about, and then I'll show you where I think the Raiders should trade back to get this guy. But then I'm telling you, this guy's turning into like my favorite prospect right here. I know a lot of people aren't talking about him. I know I sound ridiculous, but for one, I love the trenches. I give love to the trenches, and I think this guy's special, man, and I think it fits a big need at the one technique because we lost a guy like we lost our big guy, 34-year-old. I can't think of his name off the jump right now, but you guys know who I'm talking about. The guy who played nose tackle for us for a couple years. He's gone, and we need somebody to fill in that gap missing that we're going to be missing in 2025. And I think Kenneth Grant fits that bill right there. So let's get into the film breakdown. And I'm sure in the comments you guys are going to tell me who that guy was. I can't think of his name right now. Shout out to that individual. He was a baller. I really enjoyed his game. But here we go. We got some film breakdown for you guys. Number 78 right here. It looks like he's in a one technique, or he might be head up on the guard. That's not the point right now. He's number 78, and you'll see what I'm talking about. Spotlight will be on him right there. You see it real quick, flashed real quick. And let's just see what he does right here. Let's see. Right here. And I slow it down for you guys. Look at right there. Low pad level. He's already underneath the face mask of the offensive lineman, and he's going to bull rush him. He's going to bull rush him, and he's going to take care of business, has him on skates. He's roll bouncing like none other. Let's check it out right here. Look at skating. And then, like I told you, this guy, if he can't get to the quarterback, he's putting his hands up, and he's going to be a big disruptor of a game, of a play when you really need him to do so. And you see he puts his hands up, and he bats the ball down, next down right there. So let's stop it right here. This is against USC, and he's going to be in that. He looks like he's going to be in a two technique or maybe even a one technique. You'll see the spotlight's going to be on him. You'll see right here, and you're going to see a beautiful swim move to kind of make this offensive guard completely whiff on a block
and also makes the play in the process. Let's check it out right here. Got the spotlight on him. Let's see. Beautiful swim move. And that guy just straight up olayed that offensive guard. That guard is a turnstile in this situation, and you'll see what he does right here. Good lateral movement right after the swim move right here. You see that? He recovers, and he goes down the line, and he makes the play. Can you believe this dude's 360 pounds? Like this dude moves from sideline to sideline very fluidly. He has a great motor. He's very athletic. I'm telling you, man, you guys don't sleep on Kenneth Grant, man. I'm telling you. Here we go. Let's check out the next one. It looks like he's going to be in a zero tech. He's going to be head up on the center. Let's check it out. Let's see what he does here. There you go. Bull rush. And he couldn't get to the quarterback. I told you, he couldn't get to the quarterback in this situation. But guess what he does? Bats the ball down, disrupts the play, almost causes a turnover. And let's see right here. So next play right here, you're going to see what I'm talking about as far as going down the line, using as his athleticism and making a play at that one tech at 360 pounds. It's very impressive to see him move and make plays at his size. Let's check it out right here. Right here, sees that going down the line, and he's making a play behind the line of scrimmage. TFL is the name of the game, tackles for loss. Let's see the next play right here. So now there you go. Got his hand up for you. And it looks like he's going to be maybe in a one technique or maybe even head up. Can't see it from this angle, but you'll see what he does right here. We're going to see some roll bounce action, I believe. Yeah, baby. Roller skate. Here we go. Has him on skates, threw him right into his quarterback, and the quarterback doesn't stand a chance. Errant passed and, causes disruption right there. This is what he brings to the table. Power, speed, athleticism. Moves from sideline to sideline. This dude does it all, man. Let's check out the next play. We got number 78, Kenneth Grant right here. It looks like he was head up on the guard. Let's see right here. Let's check it out. Gets the blocker. He's, head up, man up on the blocker. And you can see that he still has his eyes still in the backfield to see what is going on. And you'll see exactly what's happening. Soon as that running back commits to a side, he sheds that guard off and he makes the play, causes disruption, is a gap filler, is a hole filler. And if it's not necessarily him making a play, his buddies are making a play because of his efforts. Let's check this one out, man. Let's check it out. Right there, sheds the guy, and now his buddies are making a play for minimal gain right here. So here we go. Let me rewind this just a little bit. Let's go right there. So here we go. We got number 78. He's head up on the guard right here. Two technique, maybe even two tech. Let's call it a two technique. He can play the three if he wanted to. But don't get it twisted, guys. If he wanted to play the three, he can do that as well. Let's check it out right here. He's number 78. He's on the left-hand side of the screen. Let's check out what he does right here. Nice little Olay action. Another turnstile in effect on the offensive line that he makes. And guess what he does right here? Recovers and makes a play behind the line of scrimmage. Excellent play. Excellent rep right here. Another beautiful play from Kenneth Grant. Now in this one right here, he's in a zero tech. He's head up on the center. And you're going to see right here, number 85 on the right-hand side of the screen is going to motion over in sort of a H back counter. The NFL runs this a lot. They'll have like two tight ends. It looks like they're running 13 personnel. They have three tight ends in this situation, University of Illinois. But you'll see this play in the NFL where they have the 12 personnel. They'll have the tight end on the ball. They'll have the H back off the ball, lined right next to the tight end. They'll have number 85 motion to the left, and it'll be like a counter play. You'll see the guard, number 73 on your left-hand side, block down. The center will also block down, and then it'll be like a lane for that tight end to fill and make a block to kick either the tackle out or the guy on the end, that linebacker out, and it'll be a natural lane in that counter action. But not so fast. Kenneth Grant disrupts all of that. You'll see what he does. You'll see what he does to number 85 in when he's trying to pull to be that counter guy. And you'll just see he disrupts the whole play right here. Let's check it out. Disrupts the whole play. It's a cluster F right in the middle of the field on the 50-yard line, ladies and gentlemen. And number 85 is right in the middle of it. He disrupts the whole play right here, throws number 85 into the running back, and we got ourselves a TFL right here. Excellent play. That's a disruptor right here. That's what you're getting from Kenneth Grant, a big disruptor. Let's check out the next one right here. He's in a 2 technique, and you'll see what I'm talking about right here, that lateral movement that we're talking about, how he goes from left to right effortlessly and how he can read his keys. They're looking like they're in a zone blocking situation, and everybody's moving over to the right. And side note, this is what we're going to see from the, maybe might be a little bit of what we're going to see from the Raiders this year as far as blocking scheme, right? The offensive linemen are all slanting to the right in a zone blocking situation, and the running back has to make a play. Cutbacks are the name of the game in the zone blocking situation. But I digress. We're looking at number 78 right here, and he's going to read his keys. He's going to see everybody slanting over to the right, his left, our left as we're looking at it. He's in a 2 technique. Let's see what he does right here, how he moves down the line right here and goes down and makes a play. Excellent play from Kenneth Grant. Excellent, excellent. What do you guys think about Kenneth Grant, man? I told you, this dude, his film pops. He does it all on the field. Like I said, 360 pounds, moves from sideline to sideline. If he can't get to that quarterback, he's batting the ball down. He'll olay you if he needs to. He'll bull rush you if he needs to. He gets after the quarterback. He's a pass rushing special. Well, sorry, a run blocking, a run stopping specialist. I can't even get it out correctly, but you guys already know the deal. Let me know what you think about Kenneth Grant, man. I'm excited about this dude. Hopefully the Raiders see this dude, decide to move back and pick him up. But with saying that, where do we get him? Where do we get him? How do we get him without, trying to reach for that for Kenneth Grant? So I did a mock draft, and I want to show you exactly what it would look like in this situation if we did. I'm going to remove that, and then I'm going to show you this one right here. So let's see. There you go. Here's the mock draft right here. So we traded back with the Arizona Cardinals to get their number 16 pick. We got an additional number 47 overall and a second rounder in 2026. And in exchange, we gave up our number 6 pick and a round 6, number 213 overall. And in number 16, we pick up Kenneth Grant. We got an A grade for that one, guys, at number 16. And then you can see the rest, how the draft goes. And I ended up getting an A- on that. But that's not the point. The point is that's what we have to do. That's what it looks like PFF wants us to do. I'm not saying this is any kind of realistic situation, right? I don't know what's going on behind the scenes. I don't know what's going on as far as the front office goes. But this is the type of scenario you might see the Raiders do if they want to move back and get a guy like Kenneth Grant. They trade with the Arizona Cardinals and get that number 16 pick, get an additional second round and an additional second round in 2026 to get our guy. And I think he's a perfect fit. But what do you guys think about that mock draft? Let me know. I know you guys, I'm going to hear about the mock draft in general. Let me know what you think about the Kenneth Grant situation and what we did to get him. Let me know how you feel about it. But with that, guys, that is day 8 of the 30 days, 30 prospects. Kenneth Grant, man. Hey, hopefully I open up some eyes for you guys, man. I think he's the better fit than Mason Graham. Hopefully I made my point across clearly. And if not, hey, what can I say, man? But that's day 8. I'll see you guys on the next one. That's what you call standing on business right there. Oh, makes contact. Devastating shot. This dude is about to leave his feet. He is stunned. He is petrified. He ragdolled him. Flapjack, pancake, it's a wrap. This dude wears a neck roll, guys. So this guy is about business on the field. When was the last time you seen a guy wear a neck roll? Midwest corn-fed type of offensive lineman that just is about his business. Oh my gosh.
This dude, he look like he got hit by a train. Getting crushed by a building is exactly what we're talking about right here. That is a pancake action, the best I've seen so far out of all these prospects. This guy is a ragdoller, a manhandler, a bully. More manhandling, more flapjack action, more short stacking. Let's check. Boom. That man has left his feet. I don't know if you can see it because he's in white and they're in the snow. Dude's feet is in the air. He looks like, Uncle Phil throwing Jazzy Jeff out of the building right now.
Speaking Sumerian, the oldest language in human history.